Yo, Source, how you feeling, bro?
Ryan, what up, man? It's out here kicking it. It's out here kicking it in the streets.
I see you out in them streets, man. I see you out there. Nice blue sky behind you.
Yeah, check that out though. Whoa,
Okay, okay, okay.
nice.
You enjoying yourself?
Yeah, man. You know the wife's birthday is Wednesday this week, so came out here to National Harbor for the weekend. Probably
Okay.
fly by MGM and a few, and head back home at some point, John.
That's good. That's good. That's right. You got yours Wednesday, and then my Nicole is this weekend, Sunday. So
Yeah,
yeah. So big,
back to back.
big things on deck.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you feeling?
Yeah, man. Man, it feels good outside, bro. I was outside earlier. Out here, man, it's like blue skies, little breeze through the trees. Perfect day for football, especially if you somebody that's like my homeboy, man. Like he lived too far out the sticks for me, but he always got the outside thing going on. He link up his TVs outside in the yard. He got the big canopy
Yeah.
type tent. I'm gonna have to get out there. I got out there one time, the year before the pandemic hit, man. But it's a good time out there, bro. He living a life, catch a breeze, watch a game.
And like the hustle, yeah, I remember one of my wife's old cheerleaders' parents had like team party at their joint off I don't even know off what is 288? What is it from Chesterfield to West End? 288, right?
I,
Yeah,
I just know how to get there. I don't know name. I don't know
yeah, 288, I believe. Yeah, off that they live off that joint by the water with the two TVs outside. I was like, bruh, I don't think I can ever live this life, but I mean, I can dream.
Hey, for sure, for sure. Hey, check it, man. So we got some games, man. We got some games. Nice little schedule today, man. It's even
Yeah,
some nice games that we're not even going to discuss, man. But it's a heck of a week 2 setup, man. So hats off to the schedule makers once again. It's gonna be 2 good
right.
weeks of some dynamite stuff, man. Um,
Hope my picks are better than last week.
yeah, you,
Not just here, but on the on the pickle.
you.
It was terrible.
Hey, so we gonna come out. We gonna come out swinging just off the bat, man.
They got
Got
one.
a big game for you. 49ers taking on your Eagles, and I got Don Mosley served notice that how things gonna be regardless today, man. What you got to say about this game?
Yeah, Cuzzo came out shooting. He acting like he don't know who the Eagles fans are in the group, including his brother, including his brother. Anyway, um, yeah, it's gonna be a good game. I think it's gonna be a good game. Judging by the way San Francisco got out on Detroit last week, they are not to be trifled with. I
Right?
think with Mostert out for the, I guess he's out for the season, right? Or most of the
He,
season,
yeah, he's out. He's done.
done for the season. So, dang, they, I don't know because who I don't even know who the backup is, but I think he had like 19 for maybe 80 or something like that.
Elijah Mitchell.
Mitchell, yeah. He had a decent day last week, but again, it was Detroit, so we kind of take that with a grain of salt. But they did look good early, and they put up a lot of points. Debo Samuel got busy as well. I'm not I'm not afraid because I don't know what to expect from the Eagles off the rip. So as long as Jalen stays on his feet and keeps the sticks moving,
Hmm.
there's a chance. And really, we can't even judge off Atlanta last week because Atlanta was so bad that I can't say the Eagles' defense was great. They played well enough to hold them to 6 points, but did they really play well for real? No.
Yeah, it's hard to measure, against that opponent last week, man. But that backfield is crazy. So we think Elijah Mitchell is supposed to get the bulk of the carries again, but Trey Sermon is actually supposed to play. They brought in another running back. Like they stacked at the position, but it's just crazy. My biggest question for them is what happened with Brandon Ayuk last week? Like he didn't even like really, like they just pretty much just sat him for the most part. I mean, that's what you really want to call it. I was expecting big things from him. You know, Debo got that work. Some of the other guys got that work. But Ayuk, one thing I was hearing about it was an injury. They didn't want to rush him back. Then I heard it was some disciplinary stuff. Then I heard it was some effort stuff, depending on what you watch. So I think he's going to need to play a big role for them today. So hopefully he steps back because I told you last week, man, I thought Jalen Hurts was going to have a decent week last week. And he did, man. And Nick Sirianni seems to have full confidence in him. I think they turn him loose again today. Let him do his thing.
The fun part about it is that they are it's a young coach and a young quarterback together, and they're going to end up growing together as well. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but shout out to my guy Nick Lato, who is a member of the group. He played for Bridgewater, I believe,
Okay.
and he actually played against Sirianni. He said Sirianni was a nice receiver.
Word. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So Sirianni gets busy.
yeah.
Me picking this game though, man, it's one thing that's kind of concerning to me though. And I look back as the Niners last week, man, they gave up a few more points than I thought they would give up in this one. And I understand it's week one. And I understand that, and you can't always judge an entire team by what you see in the first week, but they scare me a little bit. But I still like them a little bit over y'all, man. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's an entertaining game. I think we're going to be looking at the fourth quarter, and it can go either way. But I took the Niners in this one 28-27. I think it's going to be a nail biter.
And I'm not mad at you at all. Like I said, that I don't know how well the San Francisco defense played, but they played well enough to keep Detroit like under wraps for most of the game until in the second half when Detroit kind of started on their comeback, but they were already down by like 30 plus. So was that just last day before because it was up, or did Detroit find something? The world may never know, but I think Jalen Hurts will be all right today. I ain't gonna front on my two pick'em sheets. One I picked San Francisco, one I picked the Eagles. But
Right.
for all intents and purposes in this conversation, let's go Eagles 31, San Francisco 27.
Good game. I think it's going to be a real good game. Another big one, the two teams that love to wear black, man. One team got a victory last year over the Bills. The other squad had one of the most entertaining games that we've seen in quite some time, which would be the Raiders, man. A lot of stuff going on. And on my end, man, three of my bros, Randy, Doc, Raymond, Doc, and Zachary Brent, man, in our little, our little group text that we have amongst brothers we've had for years. They've been going at it since about 7:30 this morning, bro. And the joint's
Oh
still
wow.
jumping. It's still jumping. And this is what you get. Zach is the bro. But Raymond and Randy are brothers. You got a Raider, you got a Steeler. Man, I done use every popcorn meme. I'm watching. I'm in the middle. I mean, it's just crazy. But it's off the chain, man. Early today.
Zach Taylor?
No, Zach Branch.
Branch, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, right.
Yeah.
He's a wait.
You probably seen
The
the referee
the,
basketball game. Huh?
the Dark brothers are
Split.
Raiders. Oh,
No.
they split. Okay,
Yeah, Randy is a Raider. Raymond,
Randy.
calling Rook, is a Steeler. And Zach is a Steeler.
Right. Well, I want to say this should be a shootout for real. The wild part is Pittsburgh was able to hold Buffalo to what 17? What did they end up with?
It was like 17, I believe it was. They held them low.
Yeah, they held them low, and that was after being down. Now, of course, there was the turnovers and the punt, the muff punt, block punt, whatever it was. They kind of turned the game around, but still, Buffalo wasn't able to walk up and down the field. I thought Buffalo was going to not smack Pittsburgh, but I thought they were going to be able to move the ball up and down the field, and it was not jumping off last week. So that was a surprise, but I still got to lean towards some points being scored in this game, man. With all those receivers on the Pittsburgh side. And Derek Carr, did you see Carr on FanDuel?
Nah.
Guys like that. I don't know if anybody plans on rocking with Carr, but that man is like the lowest price starting quarterback
What?
that is on a decent team. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was like 65, 6,600. I was like, hold on, bro. Now, I'll tell you, I don't have him in my lineup, but if I had a second lineup, I would. I think I would.
Very interesting, man. We talking about Cobb missing one of his boys, though. Josh Jacobs is not going to play. Kenyon Drake is getting
Man,
the start in this game, but he's got Darren Waller, and Darren Waller was that dude. If you ain't believe, you ought to believe now. 19 targets last year, so it's safe to say in Darren they trust. Is
yeah.
there any argument that he is one of the top three tight ends in the league?
Well, that's a good question. That's a good question, Brian. You got to have him third if you got him top three because you're not putting him above Kittle or Kelsey.
I just ain't trying to fight nobody today.
Ah, gotcha. So yes, top three. Yeah, for your sake, man. Top three. Save your energy for something else.
I'm tired, bro. A lot of drinking last night. A lot of drinking.
Understood.
I
Understood.
can't swing today. I'm an easy win. Yeah, man. He's gonna get busy. One thing I was tripping off of last week with the Steelers, though. Do you realize that Najee Harris was the only running back for the Steelers to run the ball?
Really?
The only
I,
running back.
that's wild. That's dang.
They had a couple of receivers get a couple of attempts, and then of course you count Ben.
Right,
They
right.
9 runs, but he got credited for well a couple. But as far as running backs, Najee was the only person. He only netted about 45 yards on the ground, so they're gonna have to get that going.
And Najee, they trust completely. Then, well, I mean, who is? I don't even know who the backup is at this point. And Najee just coming off of, I mean, coming out of college, so he's a rookie, and you're putting it on him like that as far as the workload. Hey,
Yeah,
a lot of
it's
trust.
crazy,
That's a
right?
lot of trust. Mike Tomlin has a lot of faith in that man,
Oh, maybe they just don't have anybody else.
or that, or that.
Now
Man,
you
that would have
would,
been a nice. That would have been a nice thought if they don't have anybody else for real. That Tavius Murray early on, like before he got obviously scooped up, that might have been a nice addition. They
now
didn't want to pay the money.
yeah, you would have to guess they probably feel comfortable with their backups though, because they had chances like everybody else to bring in some of the other guys that were out there that seemingly ended up, on Baltimore's
Right.
roster. But interesting enough. And then you even got a guy, a Ty Gurley, who's still sitting out there. So I don't know. I don't know, but it's going to be an entertaining game. And you think it's going to be a lot of points? I don't know. Like that Steelers defense is ridiculously good. They are ridiculously good. If you're going to get them, you're going to have to catch them slipping deep. And I think they're going to put up some points on the Raiders. I'm not 100% confident that even with a Darren Waller, I don't have faith in anybody other than Darren Waller, to be honest with you, on that Raider offense right now. So I think it could get ugly, man. I think it could get ugly. And I think, Ben might not have the arm that he had in the past, but you can go deep on the Raiders, and I think the Raiders receivers get busy. I'm taking the Steelers in this one 31-17. I don't know if the Raiders get 20 points in this one.
Ooh, man, tough sledding. I see that the Steelers are favored by 6.5.
Mm-hmm.
And they're at the crib. So, and of course, Vegas is coming across the country. Well, yeah, they're coming across the country because they were
Yeah,
at
it's
home.
in Pittsburgh.
They were at home last week, right? So, there's that factor. You might be selling me on the idea of Pittsburgh because I think Pittsburgh still gonna put up points regardless.
Yeah.
So regardless, Pittsburgh getting to the 30 range or close to 30 is probable. I don't know, man. I'll go 28-20. I mean, it's Pittsburgh, yes. 28-20. I just think that I think the Raiders will stick around for a little bit. They might have gotten a little bit of confidence last week.
Could happen. Could happen. Another highly entertaining game that I'm really looking forward to, man. I got to get to it so I can see this. The Vikings and Cardinals. I think this is going to be a really entertaining game. The Cardinals came out last week showing you that they have arguably, you don't have to agree that they the most explosive offense, but what they can be, they definitely top three. And you know my concern. They started off really well. The Cardinals started off really well last year. Then they kind of hit that dead point. But what we saw last week, when they're good, they're good. Even if they're not getting the production from AJ Green, they good offensively, bro.
Yeah, well, D Hop is D Hop. He's still gonna do his numbers regardless. and Kyler Murray has the utmost faith in him. Utmost did he? Utmost, not utmost. Utmost, utmost faith in DeAndre Hopkins. So that combination is lethal. And there's always you always have the chance, regardless of anything. You always have the chance of AJ having a big day. I think that's just the fact that he has DeAndre on the other side. Plus, I'm not sure that he's done. He had a lot of injuries, and I mean, basically he was in Cincinnati, so there's that. But I think he might still have a little bit left in him. But yeah, I still expect a lot of points from Arizona. Minnesota, man, I don't even understand what happened last week, bro. I don't understand what happened. Well, I do understand what happened. They lost to Cincinnati, but they lost to Cincinnati. Like that, I'm not. Unless you have Cincinnati being better than I think they are, I don't understand what happened last week or why that game was even that close for them to have to go to overtime and take that L. Thielen got busy. Jefferson was pretty much the odd man out last week, but he's still that deep threat that can hit you anytime. And I wouldn't be surprised if he got close to a bucket today.
Well, on the Cincinnati front, I don't think we know what we got from Cincinnati to kind of compare what happened last week. I mean, to be honest with you, I was joking but serious during our previews about Zach Taylor over there. What he had 6 wins since he's been the coach. Like it's been tough. It's been tough sledding for them, right? But those receivers are deep. Like I said, they got a package at receivers. They as deep as anybody. So I don't really know how quite to judge that game or to judge either team. But I'm confident that Minnesota can get things going offensively. Dalvin Cook can have an even better game. That Jefferson is just his last week was still, and this week could definitely be his week. But they both are deadly when they get it going. Kirk can quietly get to cooking. So the big problem with them is going to be in the secondary. So maybe this is the week that AJ Green rises back. From the whatever we want to call it. D Hop gonna eat, but I think it's going to be a lot of points scored in this one because I'm not 100% sure that with some of the losses that the Cardinals took in the secondary, losing the Petersons and other cats. Maybe got Buda Baker back there, but still they lost some pieces. I'm not sure that they're going to actually be able to keep up. To hold Minnesota down. I think both teams put up a decent amount of points. And I'm calling the upset, if you can call it an upset in this one. That's what all my picks, all the pools that I'm in had the Cardinals winning this one. I expect them to perform spectacularly, but I'm going with Minnesota. 33-30, track meet for better parts of the game, lots of yards in this one, but I'm rolling with Kirk Cousins today.
Wow, you rolling with Kirk Cousins today. Okay, yeah. I'm not mad at you. I'm always a Kirk, I'm a Kirk Cousins fan club vice president. I can't be the president because I'm not quite that strong, but vice president, I can be the secretary or something. But not today. Not today. Today, I'm going with the young buck, Kyler Murray and company. Probably just because I'm mad. I'm just mad at Minnesota for losing last week. Really, that's probably what it is. So I'm going Arizona, and the fact that we talked about the Arizona defensive secondary. But they held Tennessee down.
Yeah.
And that was Tennessee with Julio added to the package. So I can't complain about their defense. I'm going 40-27. 40-27.
Woo!
Arizona. All the guns. Pow pow. They out here.
Ain't mad at you. Points galore. One common thing is about just about every game that we're picking today, there's bound to, if everything were to hold true, you think that any of these could actually be in the top 1 or 2, most scoring, highest scoring games of the week, to be honest with you. Right. And this definitely is one of those to think about. Now, got another showdown. There's one resident smack talker in the SBP, our resident training camp injury list contributor, Mouth Almighty, texted me when I'm trying to drive home from work last night, messaging the whole 9 yards. Yeah, and yes, Cesar Gonzalez, I want all that smoke today. And I know he's feeling extra good because of the amount of injuries my Dallas Cowboys have sustained here since week one. We lost, and we done lost some guys. We done lost some dogs. Michael Gallup is not playing. Randy Gregory got the COVID situation. We lost our best defensive player, D-Law, is out for probably half the season at least. Just found out that our hard-hitting safety, Donovan Wilson may not play today. And then we lose one offensive lineman. We bring back a stud, but it's still we down. But I still want all that smoke. This Vista-Bill is another game that could be a lot of points scored. Those sorts could be a lot of points.
Yeah, the fact that the Chargers only scored 20 points last week against Washington. I guess we can't really count that too tough because Washington has a tough defense. Well, we suspect Washington has a tough defense after week one and looking back at last season, really. So I won't slight the Chargers offense on that, but Dallas is definitely going to put up some numbers. I expect big numbers from Dak again. I'm interested to see how this whole Zeke-Dak offensive approach works out today, since there's no Tampa Bay defense on the field. So one would think that Zeke would get more touches. It should be interesting to see. I guess it depends on how. Well, one would think that. I don't think that. I think it's going to be the same thing. I think it's going to be sling the rock around the field, which is what it was last year around the same time. I do hope the Chargers offense shows up though, because I want points. I want points in this game. I can imagine it. If it's a blowout, either way, I can't imagine the Chargers winning in a blowout because I expect Dallas to be able to put up points. So it's going to take a little bit of defense from the Chargers and a little more offense than they could put up last week.
Interesting season. I got 50 large going on this one. So the smack talk. I can imagine if we lose, what it's going to be like in the SBP. He's going to have his family. He's lining up. He lining up all this stuff right now, so he can just hit the. He got up this morning and started loading up everything. He got the clip loaded. You know what I'm saying? Like already.
Indeed, he got videos on draft. He got them joints just locked in. He got time stamps on them joints ready to release. 407. Y'all pay it one, right?
They'll pay it four.
No, four. I'm sorry. So he's gonna be like 737. 737. He's gonna be ready to lock and load if they come out on top.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy, and he coming. I think I snitched on him for cutting that sewage pipe down there at FedEx last week. We all know who did it, but I'm gonna leave. I ain't no snitch though, but I'm just saying. Ain't never happened before. All of a sudden, week one. Anyway,
and he was in the building.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be funny now. Cowboys gonna have to exploit the couple of injuries the Chargers have though. The one notable one, Chris Harris is out, so Dak is gonna be. I don't know. I mean, this could be another big game. Amari played well last week. We know CD gonna get his. Cowboys are sliding Cedric Wilson in the Gallup spot. Wilson is showed in spots he can do what they need him to do. So a lot of points. Receivers galore, no matter what type of fantasy you playing, you got, especially, man, there's some good plays in DFS in this one. Mike Williams got a ton of targets for the Chargers last week. What Keenan going to be about, on the Cowboys side, Amari, CD. It's going to be points galore. Their safety, Adderley, is out. Got to test them. So, yeah, we're going hard in this one, though, man. But I'm rolling with my Cowboys, man. We haven't had a lot of luck against them. I think they beat us, I believe, the last 3 times by average about 10 or 11 points. This will be their first time in SoFi in a new building with fans in there. So it's going to be off the chain. So the only props I'm giving the Chargers today is that stadium is off the chain, bro. They were showing the outside of it today. Even though I seen it online, it's amazing. I would love to go there at least once. At least once.
Stop you, Prime. You know how you do.
Yeah, you know how I do. You know how I do. Get down, hop a flight, I'll be out there. A lot of points in this one, man. But give me them Cowboys today, baby. Give me them Cowboys today. 38-35. We get the win. And Caesar, I want my money on time.
on time. Man, I like that, Brian. You talking about 73 points in this game. I thought I was being heavy-handed with my total, so I kind of brought it back a little bit. But dang, 37. What was that? 38, 35. 38, 35. I'm going with the Chargers in honor of Caesar being the most active member in this group. Chargers 30, Dallas 28. It'll be fun though. It'll be a fun game one way or the other.
It's interesting to mention. You mentioned the Dak. I mean the Zeke situation. I think what's going to dictate this. This is going to be crazy. If the Cowboys get behind early, I mean, they're going to have to pass. And why wouldn't you now against this team? I'm gonna be honest with you. You got two of their starting DBs out. You're going to pass it anyway. You got to take advantage of it, right? You have to if that's what the game dictates and is getting you points on the board. But it is going to be interesting to see how much they do try to get Zeke involved. Now, we did find out through all the comments, and I stated my piece about I felt it was the right approach. They have confidence in Dak. You do understand that they said that Dak checked out of 12 run plays last week.
Woo.
Yeah, so just to be fair, that's been both coaches have already said it that they had everything scripted, set up the amount of running plays, the whole 9 yards, and Dak checked out of 12 running plays and turned them into passes. So you can look at it a lot of different ways. So we'll see what happens today. Two more games. One of the teams we spoke about earlier, the Titans and the Seahawks. They about to get busy. And I hate to say this, I'm just gonna say it off top. To me, it don't look good for the Titans, a team that we expect to go deep in the playoffs, has a strong possibility of starting the season 0-2.
0-2, bro. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? Yeah, especially with the addition of Julio, we're gonna keep talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what to say. I'm just gonna take last week as an anomaly, and we're gonna move on and expect these people to be more like the Titans of last year than what we saw in week one.
How many yards? I can't remember the yardage, but the yardage was crazy. They were showing Derrick Henry last week at halftime. I mean, did he have 30 yards? I don't even know what he had.
No, I don't even think it was that many. It was
16?
it wasn't much. I don't remember the number, but it wasn't much.
It won't.
Even to finish the game. It was just bad business. It was bad business for them. I was so shocked when I checked the number. I was like, actually, I think I did a MGM joint. Dang. Wait, hold on. Oh, I can't even get it in the picture.
Okay.
Because my angles are terrible.
Too. So,
Yeah. But MGM is right. Look, I'm looking at MGM right there. I said
word
it.
up.
But I think I did an MGM joint and had Derrick Henry 400 yards. And I don't think it really mattered because that was just one of the Tennessee parlay mentions that just didn't happen last week. Like my joint was terrible based on Tennessee. Oh man, but Seattle. Russell slinging the rock as we expect. You called that joint too. I believe you said Tyler Lockett might have a big game.
Yeah.
And he did 2 touchdowns. Add in DK Metcalf, of course. And yeah, I expected. I mean, I can say I expect a lot of points, but I said that last week, I believe, when Tennessee played, and they put up a dud. So I'm a little leery already.
Tennessee, outside of my man Byatt, Tennessee kind of weak in that secondary, man. And the one thing about, Seattle, they top 3 in the league to go into them 4 receiver sets all of a sudden. Like, they like to sling it. DK Metcalf didn't have a bad game, but he had maybe, 60 yards receiving, about 4 or 5 receptions last week. Somebody going to break. It might be another Lockett week. We just never know, but they're going to exploit that secondary. Last week, our boy Russ cooked for 4 TDs. It's going to be ugly. Tennessee has to try and find a way to run the ball this time. I understand you got to get the AJ. I understand you want to go ahead and get Julio cooking, but you have to be able to slow down this Seattle offense, and I think they're coming. Now, I think their coaching staff is good. They're going to have a game plan for them. But they're going to have to find a way to manage this clock and control this clock to keep this from getting ugly, in my opinion.
Fair enough. Uh, I would hope that the Tennessee offense will play a lot better than they did last week. So I gotta expect that. But that ain't gonna change the fact that Russ is still gonna do numbers. He's still throwing four TDs. And I think he's gonna live at four TDs again this year. Four passing TDs anyway. And I got Seattle, bro. I got Seattle getting the dub in this one. 36. Uh, 36-30. 36-30.
36-30.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Titans in this one. 35-24. I'm
The
sorry,
Titans?
Seattle. Seattle. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was
Seattle.
about to say, hold on, what
35-24.
happened?
35-24 Seattle.
I thought you was doing a Lee Corso Jones, talking about one team and then go the other way. Hold on.
Bro, I'm
Not
taking
so
Russ.
fast.
Watch Russ cook.
Watch Russ
Indeed.
cook indeed. Indeed.
Indeed. Last games. Big one is the night game. Night game goes down this evening. We have the Chiefs and the Ravens on Sunday Night Football. This is how you get down early, man. Um, we saw what both teams did last week. Storyline for the Ravens was the fact of them having to go out and who was going to be the running back. Tyson Williams played well.
Yep.
Murray didn't play particularly well, but he managed to get in the end zone. They're working out some things. My first thought is, though, looking at this team, is I think they'll be good defensively. I just don't think this is the good Ravens defense as of yet that we've seen in the past few years. Not yet,
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah. It's early with so many injuries, and they're all well, two. That's the thing. They just had another DB injured
Yeah.
on. I don't know if it was during practice or was it during the game week one. But that's two DBs out. Like somebody in the group, I think it was Matt Clark, said, if you cherish your ACL, don't go to Baltimore. Something to that effect, which seems harsh, but it seems like fact at this point. I don't want no parts of Baltimore myself. I'm close enough right now. I don't want no parts of Baltimore. Um, Kansas City was a little on Kansas City like early. Well, nah, it was really Kansas City was probably more like themselves for real,
No, I was going to
starting out a
say
little
that's what
slow
they
and
do.
then jumping on somebody like they tend to do. They like that. Uh, but I don't think they can do that this week. I don't think they'll be able to do that this week. I think they're gonna have to come out and establish something early
Right.
and make Lamar have to be one dimensional to a certain extent. We'll see if that actually happens. I don't know how much the Ravens trust the running game with Williams and Murray and the whole gang that they have in the backfield at this point. It's going to take some time to see what they're really about offensively. But as long as you got Lamar Jackson, you always got a shot.
Yeah, no doubt. Let me shout out some of the guys. Of course, Caesar's in the chat, JB in the mix, Tim. What's up, fellas? Appreciate y'all, man. No doubt.
JB, y'all taking that L. JB, y'all taking that L.
Hey, JB said them down is going down. Hey, I don't see it, bro. I got y'all winning this game today, but we know the Philly fan don't see it that way. No doubt. But yeah, but like I don't know, man. Like this game, you said that they can't afford to play that way. I think they can. The Chiefs can play any way that they want to play. Because you got to go back. They have the Ravens number. Period. I think your boy Lamar said they were his kryptonite or whatever. So I guess assuming he thinks he's Superman. And we've seen some Superman-like performances, but the Chiefs just have their number. He's 0-3 against playing these people, man. And doesn't bode well when you're missing them people in the secondary either. I'm not saying it's going to get ugly, but it has that type of potential. But I expect the Ravens to show some fight. I mean, it's not a whole lot that they haven't seen. It's just a matter of finding a way to stop it, man. But only way you stopping Tyreek Hill, you had to call the cops, bro.
All the people.
Call them people. You could call the National Guard last week. You know what I'm saying?
When you can't say call the cops and Tyreek Hill.
Oh, my bad, yo. My bad. No respect to Reed. That's my guy, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah. It happens.
Hey, JB said you wrong too, man. He said They beating y'all 35-21, bro.
Dang, we ain't put up a 21. I can't really argue because I don't know what to expect. Look, I can't get too hyped. I am the person that said the Eagles will win like 6 games if 5 games, whatever I said. So
Impressive, impressive. I'm thinking y'all don't know. Y'all look good last week. But yeah, but back on this game, man. I just don't know. We don't know the status. Like Hollywood Brown may not play. So that'll be more work, man, maybe for Sammy Watkins. But I just don't know. It's not an ideal situation, man. You can scheme and plot all you want to, but anytime you got him and you got Tyreek and Kelsey, and you missing people back, it don't matter if you got your starters in there for real, but you missing people back there. Woo! Sunday night heat, and I love the fact that I don't want to see, you never want to see a quarterback get hit. But I love the way how methodically your boy Mahomes, or my boy Mahomes, works his way in when it's not there. So you doubling these people and backing off, and then he gets the first down, takes the run. They winning this, but Lamar about to be 0-4 against these people, man.
look, Kansas City Chiefs had just ball past me, so I got to pick Kansas City as well.
Hey,
What you got on the score? I got 34-23. Look, if he went with his kids, I would have stopped him. But
35, 35-24.
Oh, okay. So 34-23, 35-24. We right there.
Hey, JB said you don't want that smoke.
I sure ain't putting nothing on it. That's for sure.
JB said, hey, Caesar, I don't know if you still on here, bro, but it's going to be fun today. It's going to be fun today. Let's get it. And I don't have nothing personal against the Chargers. I root for Chargers just about anybody else but it's just one of them things. It's one of them things. Respect.
Just one of them things.
Coming for them people today, man. We coming for them people today.
I wonder how it's going to be interesting to see the crowd in that joint, because I would imagine there's going to be a lot of Cowboys fans.
Of course.
I mean, and it's the Chargers that moved to LA, so it ain't, and it's LA, not to mention, so it's already questionable of who they're fans of in the first place, and then it's Dallas on the other side. So
yeah, it ought to be lit. I mean, depending on how fast they got to the tickets. But like I said, we know how many Cowboy fans are over on that side, over on the west, and you also know probably for the people who wanted to travel, this was a prime ticket. People who don't live there, so maybe go there, check out their new stadium, and do whatever. So it ought to be lit. But the representation in the crowd will probably be whoever got their hands on them tickets first. It's probably what it's going to be. Probably what it's going to be. Very entertaining game. The one thing, man, I will say though, I am very interested, and we didn't talk about picking this game. I'm kind of interested in this Miami New England thing though. I'm kind of interested in this game.
Buffalo, Miami.
Buffalo, Miami. I'm sorry. Yeah, Buffalo, Miami. I'm very, very interested in seeing what goes down in this game. Especially, I was thinking about Stephon Diggs when I was looking at some of my lineups, and I'm like, he's probably going to be matched up a lot with probably Xavier Howard. This is going to be crazy. This is going to be crazy. This game is I don't even know why it should be sneaky good, because we did mention, Miami was right there on the cusp of making the playoffs last year. We just don't know about the quarterback situation with Tua, but this game could be really entertaining, man.
I think we still look at Miami the same way, though. We still looking at Miami like it's Miami, and I mean, last year they had a quarterback change after week 5, so it's kind of up in the air. Plus, it's not like they're fancy, fancy squad that put up a lot of points, or you expect offensive explosions. But between the fact that Buffalo couldn't get busy last week and Miami's at the crib, divisional joint, like it's a lot of moving parts in this game that's gonna make it interesting. Shoot, I know you say we're not picking it. I kind of still lean towards Buffalo just because I feel like I know what Buffalo is. I feel like I'm more confident in knowing what Buffalo is as opposed to knowing what Miami really is, like at their peak.
Hey, they don't allow milk crates on the beaches. Let's get that out the way right now. They don't allow
Yo,
milkshakes and tables on the beaches.
can you imagine a Buffalo fan being in Miami? That don't even sound right. That don't even, that don't even sound right. I can't see it.
That is crazy. That don't sound right. They allowed to be walking the beaches with starter jackets on. Like I mean, it's crazy.
Oh, the Jackets, Buffalo wing. Well, the Buffalo wings are happening, regardless of where you are, Buffalo or not. So that's happening. But I mean, yeah, that would be interesting. I can't see it. And that
Hey,
be
couple
probably some pale skin out there doing too. You can't have no pale skin in Miami. What are you doing?
a couple of quick comments from the group, man. We were talking earlier about the Ravens game. Tim got the Chiefs by 10, so that's just about right in line the way I was. And we got oh boy, we're gonna see about them cockroaches today, sir. Caesar talking about
Oh,
Cowboy fans are like cockroaches. Don't be mad because we want to take over y'all stadium, sir.
it's possible. Quite possible.
Y'all had to make that statement outdo us. Don't worry about that. Yeah, so anyway.
Uh,
Hey, Don, what up, cuzzo? He said, what up, fellas? He said it's about to go down, fam. Yeah, hey, Don, he's talking real greasy about y'all at the beginning of the podcast, man.
I was. Go back and watch it. You will hear it all. No.
Yeah, but I appreciate y'all checking us out, man. No doubt, everybody have a fantastic football watching Sunday. As of about an hour before we did this, we had 4 spots left in today's FanDuel. I don't know if it's filled yet. I'm gonna check it
Oh, for
after
real.
this. Yeah, so
Because
hopefully we got those.
somebody ain't put the joint in the group till Friday. I don't know. Somebody was tripping.
I don't know who that was.
Me neither.
Hey, that's all good, man. We're gonna get at y'all, man. So as always, I'm your boy Prime. Who was this dude?
Ooh.
Dude, what's your name, sir?
Oh, Source. My bad.
And we got Sports Bar Podcast. Join us on Facebook, man. And we'll be back at y'all probably later this week. Peace.
Out here.